Yo, yo. I'm out here, just in the mountains. And today, something I want to talk about, and that's everyone talks about motivation and how you're supposed to be disciplined and all know everything. But nobody really ever mentions the pressure part of it or how hard it can get on the mental as well. And when you pressure yourself and all. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit today and how you can deal with that pressure and staying disciplined, staying motivated. Well, first things first that I know is, motivation you can rely on for like 1 to 3 weeks at max, sometimes even just like a couple days. And after that, it's when discipline comes in and mindset, and then what you tell yourself and how you wanna keep your goals and what you wanna do and everything. I think the difficult part is that the human brain automatically always chooses the easy way, which is if you feel pressured and if you feel like, oh man, this is hard and I'm never gonna make it. Yeah, doubt is also something I want to talk about in this video and everything. It's always just gonna resort to what is easy, which most cases is my bad for the coughing. Most cases is watching a YouTube video. I'll watch another tutorial on this and today I'm just gonna sleep in. I'm not gonna go work out or yada, right? Which is the natural thing to do. I think most people have days where they just don't really do anything productive. I think it's the norm. But my point is that the last couple days for me, I wasn't able to sleep because I had a lot on my mind, because I set myself high goals in life, and through that I feel quite pressured. So I thought, why not make a video about how to deal with that? Maybe it can help someone. So essentially, it's all in the mind, everything. And obviously reality exists, but the pressure you give yourself is in the mind, and it sometimes doesn't help, but it also can help. I think the best way to deal with it is you focus on what you can control. For example, I can control when I get up in the morning, right? But I cannot control if I'm being put under pressure by someone else. Let's say school. You gotta do an exam. Well, you can't control the fact that you have to do an exam to get a certification, right? But what you can control is how you approach that exam. And I think if you focus on little things, for example, let's say you have a math exam or something, and you completely suck at math. I mean, I suck at math, but besides the point. If you focus on the fact, oh my god, I'm gonna fail, oh my god, I'm gonna suck at this, oh my god, this is gonna end up horrible, then, it probably will. I think most of the cases you will fuck up. But if you're like, okay, you know what, I don't understand this, but let's just go to the basics, let's just look at that. Let's look at the first thing, and I'll just do that until I understand. And don't even think about what is when you're writing the exam, right? Because that's still a week away. Maybe it's tomorrow. Well, if it's tomorrow, then you're too late anyway. But yeah. The point is, focus on the little things, on the things that are in your control, in your hands, that you can change. And usually that's just anything to do that is you. To do that with you. I think you know what I mean. If you don't, ask me in the comments. I'm happy to answer. Well, if you don't, I don't know. What am I even saying? Anyway, point is, you want to try and find something that you can pull back to. Let's say you're like completely overwhelmed. You can't sleep. You are thinking and you feel like you're not getting anywhere at all. Like you're struggling. You're You're like, oh man, fuck, I suck. And all this doubt, all this self-doubt, which isn't healthy, don't do it. Pull yourself out of it. It's not worth it. You're gonna make it, That's what you gotta tell yourself. But if you can't do that in that moment, find something to do that helps you get out of your head. For me, personally, that is working out. Or I sometimes also read or write. But for the most part, I just go to the gym if I want to get my mind off things, or I come out here and it's beautiful mountain or whatever, nature really, where it's a bit calm and quiet. Well, it's a bit loud here because there's a little airlift here. I think it's called an airlift, I don't know. Yeah, but no, find something where you can take a little breather, come out of your mind, and after you're like calmed down and are back to less emotional part of yourself, because essentially self-doubt, I think, is emotional, an emotional part, an emotional reaction. Sometimes it can even slightly feel logical. It's like, oh well, reaching this is impossible, so it doesn't really make any sense, so let's not even try. Which I think there's someone told me a while ago, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, that it's better to regret something you did do than regret something you didn't do, which I think that is 100% true. So I'd rather try something that seems impossible, even though I doubt myself and everything, than not try it, because if I don't try it, I don't know. Now, obviously that doesn't apply to everything. Let's say eating a donut, I actually had that in Canada, man. He told me that in that like context, which doesn't really make any sense. I was like, yo, I kind of want a donut, but I don't really eat sugar, so I don't want to. And I was like, well, it's better to regret something you try than regret something you don't try, which I don't think it's necessarily true in that example, because it's not something that is like life-changing. It's a donut, so it always depends where you apply the wisdom you learn. I call it wisdom or knowledge, and whatever you want to call it whatever you want. But yeah, to me, it's like, dude, it's a donut, it's not that deep. But when it comes to other things in life, I definitely think that is the case. I'd rather do it and regret it if I fail. Like, I don't know, let's say it's on my YouTube and I want to get big on content and change people's lives, and then it ends up not working. I think I would rather regret doing it, which I don't. But if, let's say, I don't know, people start making fun of it, well, no, what am I saying? Doesn't matter, and it's not gonna be something that I'm gonna regret. But I think you get the point. I'd rather regret doing it than regret not doing it if I never started this journey. Yeah, but sometimes also it's better not to do things. Anyway, I'm starting to ramble. It's besides the point. Yeah, as I'm saying, it gets hard sometimes. I mean, if it were easy, everyone would do it, right? I have my clothing business that I'm doing, and currently I'm kind of struggling financially as well. A lot of bills, taxes, and everything, which kind of it really makes it hard to believe that the business is gonna go somewhere. It might not, but I believe that I can get somewhere. Same with this YouTube channel. I believe in myself, I try to ignore the doubt and then like just be like, yo, listen, get away with the negative thoughts, because the positive thoughts are what is gonna benefit you overall. It's your choice, you can choose what to believe in, you can choose what to do. It's your choice. We all live in a kind of a dream, but we can all make that dream whatever we want to make that dream, if that makes any sense. Actually, a great book, The Mastery of Love. Have a read about it. It's really, really good when it comes to choosing what to believe and getting, in my opinion, it doesn't really specifically talk about self-doubt and doubt in general, but it just talks about love And I think when you love yourself, you have less doubt of that you can't do something. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of all I've got to say about this. At the end of the day, just keep going. Keep believing in yourself. Whatever you set your mind to, you can do it. I think I can do pretty much everything I want to. Now, obviously, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes and I fail at things. But I think that's the fun part. You know, I could just waste my life watching YouTube and TikToks and then just not try anything. But I think that's rather boring. And it's not going to be a life I'm going to be looking at and be like, yo, this was sick, dude. I'd rather, I fail. I do this. I'm like, shit. All right, let's do it better next time. Let's improve it. But yeah, enjoy life. Do things. Dream big. Dream impossible, actually. Because you never know what you're gonna reach. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Take care. Stay hydrated. Drink some water, mate. Really, actually, I mean it. Drink some water. By the way, this is the first time I'm making a video that I have a script for. Somewhat of a script, and actually picked the topic I wanted to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. I hope you can take something from this, because I feel like I'm overthinking it already. Exactly kind of my point in this video. I tend to overthink and overanalyze and then not do something. Don't do that. Just do it, That's what I tell myself too. I got it. It might not make much sense sometimes what I'm saying. I don't know if this is gonna turn out good, but I'm gonna do my best. I believe it's gonna be a great video, and it's gonna certainly, hopefully, change some lives. Anyway, yeah. Take care. As I said, stay hydrated. Enjoy the view. Go outside a little bit. Jesus. Stop doom scrolling. Do something. Have fun. Find what you love. Do what you love. Alright. Peace out. Är det kåkt alltså?